Hello everyone. In this tutorial we are going to use Google Maps markers, and our markers location would be our generated venues data locations, okay, that we are retrieving from our FourSquare API using Axios. Okay, I'm just wrapping up our thoughts. So let's start working on creating our markers. First of all, let's close this and go to markers in Google Maps. Okay, here we will copy this code inside our init map. Okay, position my lighting. Let's just copy this static location. Map, we are passing our map, and here is our title. Let's check our marker. Google is not defined. Remember, we talked about this before, that you should type window.google to access Google via the window object. Okay, now we have a marker. Just ignore the hello world, this title. We won't use a title. We will use something called info window. Don't focus on the info window right now. The info window is what appears when you click on the marker, so that it displays a place name, etc. All we need to do now is to have a bunch of markers inside Sydney, that every one of them represent a location. So to do this, we should loop over our state called venues. So here in our init function, we will say this.state.venues.map. For each venue, we want to do the following. We want to create a marker. Okay, the position won't be a fixed position, it would be a dynamic position. So where do we get the dynamic position? Here we can check our venues again. Here, venues. Okay, so we will loop over our venues array. So first thing, it would be start from 0. So we should go to venue, then location, then lat and long. Okay, we got it. To avoid any confusion, let's call it my venue. Okay, as we have a venue here, so to stay focused and not mix between them. So my venue is what we use inside our map. So this is represents each one. So here we will remove this and write my venue dot venue, my venue dot venue dot. Remember here, now we are my venue. This is my venue. This is venue. So this is location. So we should have location here dot lat. We will copy this, paste it here, and change our lat to long. Let's refresh our application. Okay, we don't have any markers. Okay, now we have a problem. To explain this problem, I need you to think about the problem itself, understand why this is happening, so that you can fix some problems like this in the future. Let's see how our application works. Here we say when component did mount get venues. This function is going to call the API, then it would retrieve the data. Then here we are storing our data in our venues state. This is an asynchronous request, so this might take some time. JavaScript won't wait until this fully done. So it will call this and it will start the procedure, and as an asynchronous request, JavaScript will keep it running and start doing the render map function. The render map starts by load our script, our map, then after loading our map script, the callback function is init map. Here we initialize its value to this .init map. Here is our init map. So our function will start creating our map to display it here inside our div that has an ID of map. Okay, what's next? This is the most crucial part of our application. If you understand it well, I guarantee you can do as many features as you need. Okay, what's happening here? We are looping over our venues inside the state so that we can retrieve some data here. But the real problem, not precisely here, it's here. We are looping over this .state.venues. Actually, this would be empty. This .state.venues is an empty array, you know? So someone will tell me it's array of 30 index. How this is an empty array? I told you, the get venues is an asynchronous request. So this will run before we are getting our data inside the venues. Got it? Now we should have a solution for this issue. What's my solution? There are many solutions for this, but what I really like, and it's the most comprehensive one, is to remove our render map here. So we will only have this .getVenues. Here, the crucial part is this. When you set state to the venues, we are passing our data to our venue state. Here in the set state, you can pass another argument, a callback function. Just see a message actor component, blah blah blah, state, and the last thing that you can pass a callback function. So here we will pass a callback function. What do you think our callback function would be? It would be this .render map. Let's refresh our code and save it. Well, now we have our markers. What actually happened is that we are ordering React. We set to React. When component did mount, get venues. When React start executing our asynchronous request and it reaches finally our response, when it saves our data inside the venue state, after doing this, remember, after doing this, we order React to render our map. So our map, this function, would be rendered after having a 30 index in our array in the venue state. That's it. We have a dynamic markers using FourSquare API. Each marker have its own data. If you want to make sure that everything is correct here, just add another thing called title and say my venue.name. I guess it was name, venue, name. Yes, it was name. So now we will start. Yes, that's it. We have our dynamic markers inside our Google Maps API without using any external component with too many functions. All you need to have is to understand how React works and think in React. You need to understand React's logic, how React works. This trick is the most important thing in this lesson. We had our two functions here below each others, but that's not how it works. This is how it works. We get our dynamic data, then we are displaying our map. So when we loop over the venues, we actually have some actual data here. I guess that's it for today's lessons. And here we go. We have almost done the most difficult parts of our neighborhood map. If you understand what we have done here, that's perfect. If you didn't understand, that's completely fine. All you need to do is to watch this video again. If you have any question, comment below and I will answer all your questions. That's it. Now we have our neighborhood map with dynamic markers inside Sydney. You know, I don't know any place of these places, but maybe we should visit one of them together. Anyways, in our next tutorial, we are going to have an info window for each marker. So when you click on any marker, you would see more information about it. For example, its name and its address. Alright, see you later.